Hello and welcome to Bounding Into Comics. My name is John Trent and I'm the founder and editor-in-chief at Bounding Into Comics. And today we're going to be talking about part 2 of our every single redheaded comic book character that has been race swapped. We previously did a part 1 where we listed out 17 redheaded comic book characters that were race swapped in film and television by Hollywood production companies. So just as a recap, I'm just going to go straight through that first 17. If you want a little bit more in depth, I suggest you check out our part 1, which is here on the channel. So I'm going to just list them out, and then we're going to add 5 more to that list for part 2. So these are the characters that were in part 1. Cyclone from DC Comics. Hawkgirl from DC Comics. Iris West from DC Comics. Jimmy Olsen from DC Comics. Wally West from DC Comics. Starfire from DC Comics. Batwoman from DC Comics. April O'Neil from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Electro from Marvel Comics. Commissioner James Gordon from DC Comics. Heimdall from Marvel Comics. Bo from Masters of the Universe. Ariel from Disney. Josie from Josie and the Pussycats from Archie Comics. Isaac from the Japanese manga Castlevania Curse of Darkness. Ripcord from G.I. Joe. And finally, Flash Thompson from Marvel Comics. So those are the 17 we talked about in the part 1. Now, let's add 5 more here for part 2. Number 1, Mary Jane Watson. Mary Jane Watson got the race swap treatment in the new Marvel Cinematic Universe Spider-Man movies when they revealed that Zendaya's Michelle Jones goes by MJ, a nickname previously used by Mary Jane Watson. Now you can argue that Zendaya's Michelle Jones is a different character, except for the fact that they're literally calling her MJ, and she is Spider-Man's love interest, much like Mary Jane Watson was. As for Mary Jane Watson, she had noticeably red hair when she made her debut in The Amazing Spider-Man number 42, and she still consistently has red hair throughout the comics. Number 2, Lana Lang. Lana Lang was race swapped when Kristen Kroik portrayed the character in the WB's Smallville series. In Lang's first appearance in Superboy number 10, she clearly has auburn hair. Her hair has then been shown in a much more reddish color in more recent comics. Number 3, Alicia Masters. Alicia Masters was race swapped in the Fantastic Four film when Kerry Washington played the character. She would also be race swapped in the animated series Fantastic Four: World's Greatest Heroes. In the show, she was voiced by Sunita Prasad. Masters was first introduced in the Fantastic Four number 8 as the stepdaughter of the Puppet Maker. As you can see here, she had strawberry blonde hair in her first appearance. Her hair would be noticeably more red in What If number 6 when she gives birth to her son, Jonathan Storm. However, her hair still is not as red as Rachel Summers, who is seen kneeling beside her. Number 4, Little Orphan Annie. Harold Gray's classic Little Orphan Annie comic strip saw the main character Annie get the race swap treatment in the 2014 live-action adaptation that saw Kuvenjane Wallace play the main character. Little Orphan Annie first debuted in the New York Daily News back in August 5, 1924. The first comic strip shows Annie with her iconic red hair. Number 5, Cecil Horton. Cecil Horton was race swapped in the CW's Arrowverse. The character primarily appears in The Flash, although she has also appeared on Supergirl as well. Horton is portrayed by Danielle Nicolette. In the comics, Horton had a relatively short run in The Flash, although when she first appeared in the Flash number 332, you can definitely tell she was a redhead as her hair almost blended in to the orange background. So that is it for part 2. We will be doing a part 3 in the coming weeks, so look forward to that. Let me know what you think about these race-swapped characters in the comments below. My name is John Trent, and you've been watching Bounding into Comics.